Lindell. Well, Sir Agripho's got 2 to jump. He's about 5 or 6 in front. The boy gives him a breather. Nymphus has got to a clear second from Man Under. 20 lengths away, Chosen Gift, King Storm and Prince Lindell. On the turn in the Grand National. And it's Sir Agripho, 4 lengths in front of Nymphus. 5 away, Man Under, and 15 lengths to Chosen Gift and Prince Lindell. The boy had another look around on Sir Agripho. He's 4 or 5 to Nymphus with 2 to jump in the Grand National. 400 metres from home, Sir Agripho gets over it. He's nicely clear of Nymphus, Man Under and Prince Lindell running on. Sir Agripho's coming towards the last. He's got a very good lead. Griffiths rides him into it. Here he goes. Over it he goes from Nymphus, a gap to Man Under. And what a fairy tale for Peter Griffiths. He'd never ridden a winner in the city until 2 weeks ago. He won the Australian hurdle and now he wins the Grand National. Sir Agripho wins by 6 lengths to Nymphus. Man Under hanging on. Prince Lindell's coming at him and gets him for 3rd. Prince Lindell, watch for him next week in the steeplechase. Man Under 4th, then King Storm, Chosen Gift. A long gap to Flying Galaxy. Well, Dr. Sam, the 68 was too great for him. Then Royal Sea Star of Ours was a shocker. And Lord Trapper, the New Zealander, last. I think they all stood up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not a faller. Well, Peter Griffiths had never ridden a winner in the city until he went to Sandown on June the 20th and won the Australian hurdle, the second most important hurdle race for the year. And today he's won the Grand National hurdle race. If that's not rags to riches, then what could be? 3, 4 and 10, a fabulous story. Peter Bullock, the trainer, his first Grand National winner. Sir Agripho trained at Hamilton, but he's been at Flemington for the last 2 weeks. And he was always going to win when he took the lead from Dr. Sam at the 1600. And a marvellous moment in sport for both Peter Griffiths and Peter Bullock and the connections of Sir Agripho. Second, Nymphus, a terrific run. Almost, you'd say he's a first season jumper. And third, Prince Lindell. Well, he's going to be very hard to beat next year. Last year he ran, next week I should say, last year he ran second in this race. He went on and won the Grand National steeplechase. His run today was just as good. 3, 4, 10, officially 4th Man Under. An excellent run. And 5th has gone to 9, King Storm. 2, 10 and 85, Sir Agripho, so he's really challenged at the end for favouritism. Nymphus 130, Prince Lindell $1.45. And compared with the steeple, it was a race of very few incidents. Fortunately, all horses okay with the jockeys, not a faller. And a very big win and a popular win by Sir Agripho. So the horse has been nominated for the Melbourne Cup. Foster's Melbourne Cup wins the Grand National hurdle race. Well, Malua, back in 1888, won the Grand National. He won a Newmarket handicap as well. He was a remarkable horse. But in this modern time, surely we couldn't have a horse like Sir Agripho winning a Melbourne Cup. It won't happen, but he has been entered. And let's hope for his connection's sake that he in fact gets a run. It'll be pretty tough to do that, but it'll be quite unique in the modern day of racing. Sir Agripho by Agripho, I remember that horse very well in South Australia, trained down in the southeast from a mare called True Joy. It's raced by Peter and D.H. Bullock, D.T. McCabe and C.B. Gray. And he'll get a terrific reception when he comes back, a 7-year-old. And for Peter Griffiths, he must be pinching himself. Peter Armitage, chairman of the Victoria Racing Club, a great supporter of jumps. But for this young man who'd never ridden a winner in the city 2 weeks ago, and he's only ridden 2, one of them's the Australian hurdle, and the other one's the biggest of them all, the Grand National hurdle race. So a great moment, 3, 4, 10, 5:31 the time. No excuses for the beaten brigade. Nymphus tried his heart out. Prince Lindell, as I've said before, a magnificent effort. Man Under, King Storm. Okay.
Griffo 210 and 85, number 4, Nymphus 130 and 10, Prince Lindell 145, the Quinella $9 and the trifecta $207.80. At Rose Hill, race 6, number 2, Willeco 150 and 65, Galactic Warrior 175 and 7, Willimac 360, Quinella 685 and trifecta $229.65. The half-time football.
Rash Ruler and Miss Nisku settles at the top, but only 5 off the lead with Light Action. So they race past the 700-metre point. Caratoga the outside, Bowl Game the rail. By 2 to Native Pearl covering Corpus Delecti. They were followed then by Charfire with those Rash Ruler, Aspect Bay, Miss Nisku ridden along with Light Action. The mares at the tail. Caratoga the grey slipped them. Got 2.5 to 3 clear of Bowl Game coming before the turn into the straight. Then Corpus Delecti on the inside of Native Pearl, and they were followed further back then by Charfire and then Light Action getting up on the rail, but Caratoga got away. 3 in front running down to the 250 from Bold Game. Charfire, Aspect Bay runs to third now. Then Light Action the inside, Corpus Delecti, Native Pearl. Then Miss Nisku and Rash Ruler, but it's Caratoga starting to put in short strides. The others are trying to pick it up. Light Action is flying. Caratoga stopping. Light Action makes a dive. Too late, the grey's in. And Caratoga got home a half 3/4 to Light Action. Third Bold Game, I think, just in front of Aspect Bay and Charfire, Miss Nisku, Corpus Delecti, Rash Ruler, Native Pearl.
So the favourite greets the judge in race 6, the Independence Day Handicap in Adelaide. And that was number 5, Caratoga. 5, 6 and 2, Light Action second. And number 2, Bowl Game third, as called across the line in Adelaide by Ron Paps. In race 6.
From my view, I do have the benefit of a monitor here with a camera right over the top of the starting gates, and I see Brother Peter last to move in. Shadows are starting to lengthen at Rose Hill. Oh, there's one playing up. Olympic Flame reared in the gate. Jimmy Cassidy grabbed hold of an upright just in case. Off and running. Away they go, and as they spear into view, we find the early leaders are jointly Dream Lodge and St Tristram, the cowboy, right up there with them, followed by Crossroads and Olympic Flame. Not far away when they settle down properly is Sasha Bijou, and Kutzbar trapped out a bit deep early. Regal Realm between horses, Latest Word and Madalena not too far away, followed by On the Bay. Further back then came Copper Wing and Son of Bijou, and back towards the tail is Exparte as they wheel into the back straight. About 1,500 metres out now, and Crossroads shares the lead with the cowboy, and Olympic Flame is going up to make a line of 3, and even wider now Kutzbar as they go to the back. By gee, they're chopping and changing. Olympic Flame in front by a half length to Kutzbar, 1.5 to Crossroad on the outside of the cowboy, a length and a half then to Port Fair, followed by St Tristram, Latest Word ridden patiently. Further back Dream Lodge, who's midfield on the fence. On the Bay trapped out 3 deep, a length or so then to Madalena from Son of Bijou, Regal Realm, Copper Wing, Brother Peter. A long way back Sasha Bijou and Exparte last at the 1,000 mark. Olympic Flame about a neck on Kutzbar. 2.5 to the cowboy, 3/4 to Crossroads, a length Port Fair, a length On the Bay, followed by St Tristram, Latest Word. At the head of the others then came Dream Lodge, followed by Madalena as they go past the 800 mark. Son of Bijou well back in the field with Copper Wing, then Regal Realm at the head of the others. Sasha Bijou followed by Brother Peter and Exparte whip them in. 600 metres out, Kutzbar is level with Olympic Flame. Port Fair getting to third, then the cowboy followed by Madalena. Further back came St Tristram, and then Crossroads and Latest Word got shuffled back behind a wall of horses, and Son of Bijou taking off is carted very deep on the corner. Into the straight now, Port Fair reached the lead. Madalena pounces on him quickly. 2 lengths away St Tristram, and On the Bay and wide out Latest Word starting to wind up. He moves to third. Now he's going out after these leaders at the 200, and Latest Word is closing fast on Madalena. Madalena just in front. He's gone for the whip on it as Latest Word draws level. Latest Word and Madalena. Little Philip sends Latest Word to the lead close to home, and he'll win. Latest Word beat Madalena or Sasha Bijou wide out, jumping out of the ground. Regal Realm and Copper Wing are close up, and then Dream Lodge, the cowboy, On the Bay. Port Fair, St Tristram, Brother Peter, Crossroads and Son of Bijou, Exparte, and the last couple Olympic Flame, and the handicapper caught up with old Kutzbar today. He's last of all. Winner, Latest Word, ridden by Troy Phillips, and do you think that kid can't ride? Number 7, Latest Word, $2.15 and 90. A double to Jack Denham, a brilliant ride to young Troy Phillips, and the winner is by Brigand, an underrated sire. The pull in the weights tells the tale now. 48.5 on his back, a featherweight. Look at this boy right up on the knees, perched high over the wither, well balanced. Doesn't get too flustered, heels in, toes out, the way all good jockeys should ride them out. And Latest Word goes on to score narrowly, but Ken, thank God, convincingly.
Yes, John, they must be getting easy. We're both tipping winners now. Latest word, this kid rode at the treat. They told me that he had to waste a bit to take the ride. He only claimed 2 kilos of his 3 kilograms allowance, but that was all he needed. And it was a beautiful, patient ride. He didn't panic when they all went round in coming to the turn. And when Madalena was starting to sit down here, he had a tank full of petrol. And young Phillips changed the whip to his right hand. Probably the horse was ducking in a little bit. And he got the better of Madalena here. The charges started to come down the outside. Copper Wing and more prominently the grey Sasha Bijou, but the bird had flown and the bird was Latest Word. Home he goes, keep him going, son. And Latest Word wins the cash, but it's pretty close for second and third. Number 6 actually got second, Sasha Bijou wide out with number 14, Madalena, in third place. That was the story of race 7, 1 to go. My tip, TAB number 3, Justifiably Proud.
And little Troy Phillips is justifiably proud too as he trots that winner Latest Word back to scale. Geez, a good little horse. This time last year he won 4 straight. He's a winter whiz. Latest Word. Okay, winner Latest Word to pay $2.15 and 90. And little Troy Phillips is an apprentice you're going to hear a lot more about in the months ahead. Okay, this afternoon on Wide World of Sports we're bringing you a very special Wimbledon replay.
This 130 and 10, Prince Lyndall, $1.45. The results of the Grand National Hurdle, the Quinella $9 trifecta was $207. Cheltenham Race 6, 5 Caratoga 140 and 70, 6 Light Action 175 and 2 Bowl Game 60 cents. Quinella 10.30, trifecta $50 and 30 cents. Rosehill Race 7, 7 Latest Word 240 and $1, 6 Sasha Bijou 365. And 14, 5.15. The Quinella $30.05. Trifecta $1,088.70. The Daily Double in Rosehill $29.70. And the Daily Double in Melbourne. These are the approximates. The first leg winner was number 17 Jatova by Johnny Dinham. The second leg should praise Mahogany Road. $85.45.
Mahogany Row in 3. He'll show speed. Len Morn riding Mahogany Row. John Letts unable to come across. Now Old Acquaintance joins them and they're set. Light on, ready. Racing and missing the start of Rishka about 2 or 3 lengths, I guess. An order up slow to begin, and Baranti was a bit slow, and so was Celso early. Showing speed in the early stages is Seeger with Mahogany Row moving up very quickly. Braquillo's third and Richfield's Lad just in behind them from Kingston Lane in the firing order. Old Acquaintance moves around the outside. Nazinski and Celso's gathered a bit of speed to be midfield. Shamrock Gold outside of it from Arishka Baranti. Sky Monarch, Red Opaque third last. Lighthouse Watson a length to order up. 900 to go. On the fences, Mahogany Road travelling nicely. He's about a head in front and he's done it well from barrier 3. About a length and a half behind him is Richfield's Lad. There's a horse just outside of Mahogany Road. Seeger's in third place and tucked away on the fence. Around the outside of those is Bailey Wick, and Braquillo's up there in the firing group, and also Old Acquaintance. A length or 2 further back on the field then would have been Celso with Kingston Lane coming to the outside, hooking out Baranti and very wide Red Opaque. In the straight, Mahogany Row about a half to Braquillo. Richfield's Lad going all right. A length away, Old Acquaintance, then Bailey Wick and Seeger. Lighthouse Watson, Arishka trying to wind up, and Baranti with a late run. Mahogany Row's about a neck in front. Richfield's Lad's taken the lead at the furlong. Then Bailey Wick and Baranti out wide, but Richfield's Lad has kicked wide away. He's 2 lengths in front of Mahogany Row. Baranti running on well will get third. Richfield Lad wins by 2 lengths. Close for second, Baranti and Mahogany Row. Third, Bailey Wick, then Order Up made up a ton of ground. Behind them, Lighthouse Watson, Arishka, Braquillo, Kingston Lane, Nazinski, then Celso, Sky Monarch, Red Opaque. One of the last Old Acquaintance after being wide. Seeger disappointing, and Shamrock Gold. Official placings after the 7th event on the program, but Richfield's Lad is back to something like his best form after that performance. 1:25.1 the time. He won really well today. Had the race won at the 200. He dashed away from them and has won by 2 or 3 lengths. Baranti, I fancy, probably has got up for second. A bit slow to begin, so it was an excellent performance. He's come from a long way back. Yes, 11 Baranti second, and third one Mahogany Row. 57 kilos has just told its tale on him in the last 100 metres. Braquillo and Old Acquaintance raced outside the leader, Mahogany Row. You can see with $14.75 in the trifecta, $107.80.
There's the Brisbane
1,020 metres. So while we're waiting to go over, I think Tony might take it up at the studio. No, they're ready in Brisbane, so let's go up to Doomben.
Where this race is exempt from any ballot for the Forex Cup next week. Set. Top banner. Silo. Les's Choice. Palmyra Bay just bobbing her head at gate 7. Now Silver Arm just a little bit toey out wide. She's got barrier 12. Racing now. Now Silver Arm began okay. Palmyra Bay and Mr. Trick both missed the kick. Going fast as Atari in the early stages. Roman Artist, he's going to take up the role of pacemaker by the looks of it. Top Banner's nice and handy over on the inside. Then Tricycle and Lord Hunterly, Les's Choice, My Blue Kingdom, and our Silver Elm, Wetu. And Red Henry, Mr. Trick Greatness getting back. Palmyra Bay, Kensai second, last Sili at the rear. Coming up towards the 1,600 metres. And over the crossing they go in the lead of Roman Artist. Roman Artist 2 in front of Top Banner, beautifully placed on the inside of Lord Hunterly. 1 then to Atari, who's nicely placed, running 4th on the inside of Tricycle. A length further back to our Silver Elm, caught a little bit wide, but sliding up towards the leading bunch. And My Blue Kingdom, Les's Choice, Wetu, Red Henry, Palmyra Bay, Mr. Trick Greatness, then Kensai and Sili. 1,200 metres to go, not a great deal of speed on, and Roman Artist is just bowling along out in the lead. 1,200 metres out, Roman Artist a length in front of Top Banner. Ahead away third is Lord Hunterly, then Atari, Tricycle, and our Silver Elm together. Followed by Wetu on the outside of My Blue Kingdom, then Red Henry, who's covering Les's Choice. 2 lengths then to Mr. Trick, Palmyra Bay, Greatness, then Kensai and Sili's last. 850 metres to go onto the next bend. Roman Artist still a length in front. Second, Lord Hunterly the outside, Atari's third, and then Tricycle. Our Silver Elm's out a little bit wide, but continuing to go forward. Then Top Banner, he popped off the rails, and all of a sudden he's 3 deep. My Blue Kingdom starting to go forward, followed by Wetu, Les's Choice, Red Henry, Palmyra Bay, Mr. Trick, Sili, Kensai, and Greatness. As they race towards the home turn, Lord Hunterly's loomed up on the outside of Roman Artist. They're together. A length away third is Tricycle, our Silver Elm next on the outside, then My Blue Kingdom. Atari's back behind a wall of horses over on the inside. Then Les's Choice and Red Henry to the outside. Wetu, then Palmyra Bay, Mr. Trick, and Top Banner's now dropped out last. Lord Hunterly loomed up on the outside of Roman Artist, who's kicking again. Russell's going for a split in the middle on Atari, and My Blue Kingdom dropped on him on the outside. He's hit the lead. Now here's Greatness flying home. Atari, Greatness, and My Blue Kingdom. Greatness grabbed them and I think beat them. Close, Greatness or Atari. Third, My Blue Kingdom, and then Kensai. Red Henry, Lord Hunterly, Tricycle, Palmyra Bay, Sili. Then Roman Artist, Mr. Trick. Well back our Silver Elm, Les's Choice. And Top Banner has finished a long last.
Well, Wayne Wilson's call there. Appeared that 2 in a photo were very close. Greatness appears to have got up there. 12 was also in the picture at Atari, and that's how Wayne Wilson saw them pass the post in the Chairman's Handicap, the second leg of the double in Brisbane today. Adelaide is only about a minute away. The Oakland Park Handicap there. Over 1,005 metres, and number 1 Pretty Plume has come up at $1.90.
Starter on his platform, only 1 or 2 of them to move up. Might be having just a little bit of trouble with one of them, but in the main they're a well-behaved bunch. Don't forget the nominations for the National Stakes for those that haven't nominated previously close on Friday. Second nomination fee of $75. Now they're almost set. Ready. Racing and a charge out of the gates. Thelma's Babe a bit slow to begin. Beau George was last on settling down. Leota Jane began fairly suited Reside, and also Supreme Sculptor going fast. With it, Seymour and settling down Pretty Plume. The Liska Bay are all prominent, and so too as they settle Mighty Seymour. In that division, Tillanika, but now getting back with Thelma's Babe, Kingmaker in a jam with Jervois, Mac and Reside. Leota Jane was there, and so too was Toy Boy, followed by Bar Vegas. They were followed then by Ernestine. Durastar held badly between horses on its inside. Habitual Gold around the outside of those Top Surf, and one of the last, Beau George, finding the rail as they swing for home. They fan. Naliska Bay shot through on the inside with Pretty Plume. From on the outside, Mighty Seymour attacking. They've got away now from Kingmaker. Seymour next, followed by Supreme Sculptor. Further back in the field is Jervois Mac. Beau George ran into a brick wall, and up ahead of them, Habitual Gold, but it's Pretty Plume taking a slender lead. Coming at it, Kingmaker down the outside. Pretty Plume, hands and heels. Kingmaker claims it. Kingmaker grabs it on the the line and wins. Kingmaker from Pretty Plume, Mighty Seymour third. Habitual Goal flashed up with the Naliska Bay. Seamer next, Beau George, no luck. Durastar next, a good run. Then Reside followed by Tillanika. Then came Ernestine Bar, Vegas, Jervois, Mac, Toy Boy, Top Surf. And further back behind them then towards the tail, Supreme Sculptor knocking up with Leota Jane and Thelma's Babe the Grey at the tail.
Another close one in Adelaide this time. Race 7 appears to be 15, 1 and 3 past the post as called by Ron Paps. 15 is Kingmaker. 1, Pretty Plume. And number 3 was Mighty Seymour. In Brisbane race 7, 2, 12 and 13 past the post. 2, 12 and 13.
So King and Tatsgold trying to get over. Getting up on the inside is Hi Ho Fury. Now Mr. Siren dropping off a shade and moving forward rather quickly. Plush Miel, then Colonial Gold, followed by Regal Boucher. A length further back, Bodles, then Justifiably Proud and Kamer Allen. A good margin in Tatters and last Neptune's Prince down the side at the 700. And Calypso King is chasing a Beckett. A length third his Hi Ho Fury, followed by Plush Miel, then Tats Gold. Further out is Colonial Gold. A length further back, Regal Boucher, then Mr. Siren. Bodles locked away, one Justifiably Proud from Kamer Allen and Neptune's Prince, and last is in Tatters. Onto the home corner they gallop, and a Beckett the inside and a Calypso King going together. Running off the track was Hi Ho Fury, and even deeper out is Plush Miel. Then the grey Bodles, followed at the head of the others by Tats Gold, and Justifiably Proud is under severe pressure. Down to the 200, Regal Boucher's coming home fast. Wide out, many hopes. Mr. Siren gets a split. Plush Miel, Calypso King and Hi Ho Fury from Regal Boucher. Hi Ho Fury and Plush Miel. Hi Ho Fury, Plush Miel going to the line together. Hi Ho Fury. Hi Ho Fury, a half head Plush Miel, third Mr. Siren. Then Calypso King and Kamer Allen, Justifiably Proud, Regal Boucher, Colonial Gold, Bodles and Neptune's Prince in Tatters, followed by a Beckett, and Absolute was Tats Gold.
Well, Hi Ho Fury, and let's hope you got the winner in the last as called there. It looks like 4, 13 and 5, Hi Ho Fury. 13 is Plush Miel, and 5 is Mr. Siren. That's the lucky last at Sydney, past the post, as called by Ian Craig. Let's have a look at them now at Flemington, still in the mounting yard. Philip, tell us about some of these horses.
Yes, and they're just about to move out, Tony.
One Mahogany Row 95, Quinella $14.75, and the trifecta $107.80. At Rose Hill, race 8, there's a protest second against first for alleged interference in the last 150 metres. But there the dividends before the protest. Hi Ho Fury was to pay $4.35 and $1.20. Plush Miel $2.15 and Mr. Siren 80 cents. The Quinella shouldn't change, $69 there. At Cheltenham race 7, Kingmaker $36.45 and $6.85. One Pretty Plume $65 and Mighty Seymour $70. Quinella $167.50. Trifecta $1,370.15. The Daily Double at Cheltenham today $317.90. Brisbane, the protest there has been dismissed. Tote update, Flemington race 8.
The last in Adelaide to be shown at 4:40, then a wrap-up of the day here. Spiral goes in and they're all set. Triple try, drawn about 5 from the outside. Light on racing. Pushka jumped well. Sansong a little slow. Bateau Bay's last early. Asterman midfield, and Claude Sun leads from Waira Cow and Gold Zama, who got away pretty well with My Court Jewel. Pushka the inside from Rare Decision and View going forward, and then Sansong midfield, Ever So Gold and Asterman outside of it. Noble Crest, Trap Wide and Spiral, they're both going forward past the hat back midfield. Behind it a Rafaho Indian, inside of it Triple Try, Arato, Bateau Bay and 2 lengths to Fair Ross. Going up past the 1600 and Claude Sun the Boulder led 2 lengths. Spiral's moving up on the outside. Waira Cow's tucked away on the fence and View on its outside. 2 lengths to Gold Zama Pushka. Noble Crest has been wide but going forward, a length to Mike Court Jewel. 1 away to Sansong, who's in the middle of the field with Rare Decision, and then Asterman behind it. Ever So Gold on the inside, a length and a half to Triple Try. Jamaica Inn's 3 wide in front of those with a Rafaho Indian. Arato's back about 3rd last with Bateau Bay, and they're giving the leaders a big start, and Fair Ross is just going past it. Going up past the 1,000, and Claude Sun led 5 lengths to View and Spiral. Then Noble Crest, Waira Cow, Gold Zama, length to My Court Jewel. Sansong's been well ridden, it's off the fence, and then Pushka, Rare Decision. Moving around the outside of those, Fair Ross and well back Ever So Gold, and Asterman with a big job to do. A length further back, a Rafaho Indian. well and truly out of it. Arato before the turn. Triple Try back with those horses. Past the Hats back about 5th last and last Battle Bay. Into the straight, Claude Sun led about a half-length view, moving up on the outside with Gold's Armour. Behind those horses is Rare Decision and also Wyra Cow. Coming with a good run down the outside, Fair Ross, Arapaho Indian. In front of those, Sand Song and Asterman still well back, but trying to make a run. 300 to go, Views about a half length in front of Gold's Armour, Rare Decision. Wyra Cow getting through, Sand Song finishing strongly, and so's Asterman. Sand Song and Asterman out wide. Sand Song ahead in front, but Asterman's taken the lead for Clark. 80 winners in a season, never done before. Second, Sand Song. Third, Rare Decision, then Gold's Armour, Wyra Cow. Behind those horses would have been Fair Ross, Past the Hat, then View, Ever So Gold, Arato. Jamaica in Triple Try, Arapaho Indian. Claude Sun, one of the last to finish was Mike Court Jewel with Pushka, Battle Bay, Noble Crest and Spiral. Official placings after the final event. Well, we've been racing a long time in Victoria, but we've never had a jockey that's ridden in the 80s. No jockey has ever ridden 80 winners or more. Higgins had the record at 75. Michael Clark has broken into the 80s, and who knows, can he get to 90 before the end of the season? I doubt that very much, but he's certainly really going on with the great form that he's shown all year. It's 4:18 in a photo after the last. Geez, Sand Song, Harry's ride was beautiful. Gave it every chance. So was Michael's on Asterman. It was a thrilling race. Asterman finishing strongly. Sand Song going with it. H saved just a little bit on Sand Song for the last little desperate bit. But Michael had the answers. Pat Highland third on Rare Decision. Fourth, Gold's Armour. And fifth has gone to 14, Wyra Cow, who is getting...
For the Quinella, so hopefully that's official. Let's see if we've got an update now for the lucky last in Adelaide. We do have number 1, Silver Raider.
Stalls are full. They're ready. Racing. Had a fair start. Away Will, Hartreese and Flexam and Windmill, and so too was the top weight Silver Raider vying for the lead, and Danska got away nicely, and just in behind them Regal Dan, Kua Prince, the rails from Wizzy Mo. Back in the field behind that division, Mighty Lancer between horses, so Sherrard the rail. Dashing Duke is in that next division from War Plate, and one around them is Gilgood Girl, and 2 lengths away last of all is Little Dav. Shaping up to run into the far side with 1400 to go. It's a good honest pace, and the leader's now Silver Raider by a length and a half to 2. He's trying to settle the leader, but it's fighting against him. In second position, Hartreese. Windmill third gets the run of the race from Danska. They were followed just in behind them by Regal Dan at the 1200 next. Flexam, who's prominent from So Sherrard. Off the track, Gilgood Girl and Mighty Lance are both deep. Then Kua Prince, followed further back in the field by Wizzy Mo, Little Dav. Last of all, with Warplate just ahead of it, is Dashing Duke. So they go past the 1,000-metre mark, and it's been a fairly honestly run race. The leader is still Silver Raider by a length, 3/4 of a length now, as Hartreese inches a little closer, but he kicks up the leader again, and once more it draws a length in front, running to the 800. Hartreese second, followed by Windmill, covered on the outside, Regal Dan. Gilgood Girl and Flexam making ground, so too is Danska and Mighty Lancer, clear then of Wizzy Mo, So Sherrard. Then Little Dav, Kua Prince, and back there with those Warplate, and 2 lengths away, not travelling well at the moment, Dashing Duke. Before the turn, Silver Raider finds another gear and slips the field. He draws 2.5 to 3 in front now. Of in second position, Regal Dan joining Hartreese, Windmill on the rail. Out wide of Flexam is winding up, and so is Wizzy Mo starting to run home, but this leader got away, Silver Raider. 3 in front of Wizzy Mo and Flexam running on together. Then further back in behind them, Hartreese, Regal Dan. They've grabbed Silver Raider at the 200, Flexam and Wizzy Mo. Wizzy Mo, Flexam fighting it out, clear now of Silver Raider. Flexam, the Port Augusta Cup winner, and Wizzy Mo. Oh, he's tried to run through the rail. Flexam, I'm not too sure what's happened, and Wizzy Mo, I think, has won an inch. Goodness me, I don't know what happened to Flexam. He's lost everything, sitting up at the last of the straight backs. Silver Raider third, followed by Kua Prince. Then Windmill. They were followed further back by Hartreese. Next in came Gilgood Girl, Mighty Lance, a Little Dav.